I spent $5,000 on my own barrel sauna early this year. And if I could go back in time and speak to myself, I would tell myself not to do it. In this video, I'll explain why and what you should consider if you are looking to get a barrel sauna yourself. Just started this channel, I'm exploring the intersection between business, high performance, and wellness. So if you're into those things, you should subscribe. Late last year, I moved into a beautiful home in the hinterland with a few friends. It's on an old macadamia farm and it has loads of space. Our vision was to build this into a place where friends could come together to train, to recover, and just to socialize over things other than mindless boozing. First thing we did, we set up a serious garage gym. Then of course we had to add the ice bath. And since I've always wanted a sauna, this seemed like the perfect time to finally buy one. So as I said, I dropped 5K on a 4-person barrel sauna. So we set up a sauna, started using it. And after a few months, I noticed I was kind of falling out of love with the whole sauna experience, which was strange because I'd been into it for so many years. Why now? And after doing some research, I realized it wasn't saunaing that was a problem. It was my barrel sauna that was a problem. And I learned that while barrel saunas look cool, in terms of function, they absolutely suck. And here's why. In the Finnish sauna world, there's a concept called loilu. And it's when the heat, steam, the ventilation, and probably a few other things I don't know about come together to create the perfect sauna experience. Well, I learned that it's almost impossible to achieve loilu in a barrel sauna for a few reasons. Number one, your feet must be above the stones, which is almost impossible in a barrel sauna given the shape of it. It's pretty small. Number two, you need to have enough space in the sauna, especially above your head. Again, in a barrel sauna, not possible. And number three, probably the most important part is ventilation. There needs to be fresh air is being sucked into the sauna and stale air full of carbon dioxide, because you're breathing it out, needs to be pulled out. They call it a convective loop. So as I said, barrel saunas look cool, but you can't achieve these things, which means you can't have loilu. I did find a few examples online of people hacking their saunas together to try to fix these problems. But if you're spending $5,000 on a sauna, you don't want to have to do this. So I'm selling my barrel sauna. I'm going to get something else. And if you are looking for a sauna for your home, I do not recommend a barrel sauna. Instead, make sure you choose something that maximizes that concept of loilu, which at the very least means feet above the stones, enough space above your head, at least 1 meter, and look for something that has an active ventilation system. A few holes cut into your sauna isn't enough. Something else I wasn't happy about with my sauna, which I don't think is spoken enough, is the use of potentially toxic materials in the sauna build. So sauna is a wellness tool for detox, right? Not retox. Make sure that you check what type of timber is being used. If there's a frame for your sauna, you don't want to have chemically treated timber, of course. You also want to make sure there's no signs of glue. So our sauna had joints in the stays, which means they were glued together. Probably not a good idea to have glue in a hot environment. And then finally, there was plastic parts everywhere. I don't know who thought that heat and plastic is a good idea. With everything I've learned, I've decided I'm going to try to build my own sauna kit and fix all these problems that I just spoke about, because I want something that makes me feel relaxed and invigorated while I'm in there, not suffocated and overwhelmed like I'm fighting a battle. I think that's because of the poor ventilation and the lack of loilu. Anyway, subscribe to the channel if you are into home saunas and sauna design, and follow the journey of trying to build the perfect sauna.